Welcome back to the Mustangs Football Update. Ryan Robinson alongside head coach Michael Faulds. We'll be joined by Sebastian Sibbald a little bit later on. We're getting the players back involved here. That must feel like we're getting a little closer to a season. Coach, summer training. I know we've talked about this a lot in the last couple of months, but there's a big contingent of guys who are still here, like Seb. And how's the summer training been going so far?
Yeah, it's been going really well. We're under a month now till training camp, which is exciting. It creates a little bit of anxiety, butterflies, but also excitement of what's ahead. You don't want to wish the summer days, weeks, months away, but at the same time, fall in Canada is amazing, and especially because it means OUA and U Sport football. As you said, we do have a lot of guys around, and it's not just our local London players, our Hamilton players, our GTA players. People like Sebastian Sibbald, people like Brody Monroe, who are from BC, deciding that it was important to make some sacrifices, work in London, train in London, be around their coaches and teammates. So, we've had 40, 50 guys at all of our player run practices, which is pretty impressive. And for me, it's nice as a coach because you talk about culture, you talk about leadership. But this is a way the players are rallying around and they're taking the lead on this, which is nice for coaches.
And how much does that, obviously, it goes without saying, but the fact that it builds the group that will be playing in the season, even if they're, especially in this scenario, this situation this year, there's some new guys taking on some new roles. Guys are moving into bigger roles. Maybe some younger guys are in, kind of getting an opportunity sort of thing. When they get to spend all that time together, it's not come together in August and try and get everything together. It almost feels like it's already built in.
Yeah, you're seeing leaders being built, right? And Sebastian's a great example. Not too many 6'8", 320-pound O-linemen want to lead the stretch warm or run a lap at the track in the winter in February and lead the team. But he's a great example of many who are leaders, who are working together. And it's neat for me, too, because you're seeing defensive backs hanging out with O-linemen. You're seeing receivers hang out with linebackers, right? Sometimes when you're in the season, you're kind of in your silos. Offensive guys, defensive guys, positions are always together. But in the off season and in the summer months, with the 50, 60 guys that are calling London home, it's just them. The rest of the campus is pretty quiet. So they're all training together. They're running together. They're practicing together. It's special.
Obviously, summer months, when it comes to football, as you well know, there's the football piece. We've had the events season. There's also the fundraising portion of the year. This is an element, again, that it is a year-round thing because of the support of supporting our athletes. We've seen a lot of the, some of the profiles that are going around. Right now, I know Max Muhldorfer was involved in our All In campaign this year. The importance of fundraising and the easeability of people to support the program is getting easier and easier over the years, especially with the fact that you can go to the football webpage, click donate, and it automatically populates to football. So if you want to support the football program, it's easy to do so.
Yeah, it is easy to do. And I think for our viewers and fans of the program, it used to be called Adopt a Mustangs. Now it's a Western Sports Fund, and you can go to the football page to find that and make sure you click on football. But I think it's just the reality of the business now. People know when they're going to a gas station now, it's costing more money. When I go to the grocery store, it's costing more money. So what does that mean for us as a football program? Our helmets, our shoulder pads cost more money. Our training camp meals cost more money. Our buses and hotels cost more money. So, people think of, and we're in a great position here, Western Athletics, but people think we're rolling in money. No, costs are going up, and it's important for our Western community, fans, alumni, to really rally behind the team. And all your support, all your donations mean a lot to our program because, as I said, everything is going up in cost. And our competitors, it really is an arms race. Our competitors are getting better and better. So you look no further than the competition within this league, whether it's Queens, who are the defending Yates Cup champions. Laurier's been pretty good over the years. Guelph, Windsor, you name it, all super competitive. And all of their alumni bases, all of their community members are asking to donate to those schools. So us being Western, us being proud, us wanting to do more than those alumni bases is kind of what I'm asking. So please go out, Western Sports Fund, and click on football, and please donate to our program. That would be greatly appreciated.
Laurier was good the last couple of years. And another event of the summer. I know we're in the recruiting down period, shall we call it? But Sebastian was part of Canada Cup. I know you and some of the coaches are involved and out there kind of in that event. Talk about this year's event, how things went, and it seems like this event has a warm place in the heart of pretty much anybody who's participating in any avenue, sort of thing.
Yeah, so there's 2 recruiting blackouts within the calendar year. So there's the holiday blackout, which is kind of the 2 weeks around the Christmas period, and then the month of July is a recruiting blackout. It's to give recruits themselves a little bit of time from coaches hounding them. It's also to give us coaches a little bit of family time and a little bit of break. Feeling that you have to always be out there. But the one event that you're allowed to in the month of July is the Canada Cup. There's 8 provincial teams that take part in it. It rotates kind of province to province where it's hosted. So this year, Coach Jameson and I were out in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It was neat for Coach Jameson because he's from Manitoba and was able to go back home. But it's a great opportunity to see so many players from around the country. Obviously, being in Ontario, coaching in Ontario, we see our Ontario players quite a bit, but Sebastian's a great example. Brody Monroe's a great example. Those are guys that played for Team BC. Western coaches were able to see them live and then start that recruiting process, and ultimately they chose Western. So we were able to do that, Coach Jameson and I, and you name it, whether it's Team Manitoba, Team New Brunswick, Team BC, Team Alberta. There's 8 teams that play, and it's U18 and the best of the best are there. So we're just hoping that we're in front of them, get to see them play, get to, identify the top athletes and make them consider Western as a great option for them.
And how obviously those conversations start, and that's not an immediate, see a guy on Tuesday and he says on Thursday he wants to come to Western. But how was that experience for you this year? Especially, I'm sure a lot of new questions coming your way this year when you're talking to families and parents and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say the one thing is Western is known, whether you're a recruit or a parent in BC, whether you're on the East Coast team, Nova Scotia, Western's known across this country. So people know it's a great academic institution. The number of people that mentioned, I want to do health sciences, I want to be in Ivy, I want to be in kin. So it's impressive engineering. But also they recognize the brand and they recognize what a great football program it's been over the years. So there's not a ton of swaying to get kids interested. I think they're already interested. It's just, is it the right fit academically? Is it the right fit athletically? And that goes for us too. Do we really want that student athlete?
You talked about the break period during the blackout to maybe have a little bit of downtime. I have the feeling that the itch of the season is starting to come. Training camp is, we're less than a month away now, sort of thing. Does the excitement build a little bit more, especially this year for you to kind of, you've gone through a bunch of the first time backs and so on and so forth. Is it going to be a little bit different for the first time back when you walk out on the field during training camp?
Yeah, most definitely it will. It'll be the first training camp back here since 2009. So it's been quite a long time, but throughout the summer months, throughout the off season, obviously being on that field, being in that facility, being in that weight room, there have been a lot of those moments, but sure enough, August 14th when we open camp will be a big day. And then we have to wait with the first week bye until Sunday, September 6th here, playing our first home game against the York Lions. So lots of excitement, in and around the program with the players and the coaches. And, we're counting the days while also making them count is one thing I like to tell them.
Appreciate this as always. The summer months, we want to make sure you get a little bit of time more so with the family before the craziness of the season. We're going to check in with Sebastian to get to his take of how the summer's gone, and I'm sure his excitement to see another season. First and foremost, Seb, I know it's the summer months, and I know for you, being a guy from out of province sort of thing, you made the decision to stay here this summer. A little bit different than past summers. How's it been? What's it been like?
This is my second summer staying here. Last summer, obviously I was coming back from my knee injury, and I think the resources that I had here were way better than I could have done back home. I mean, going to physio 5 days a week here is pretty nice, and the benefits are definitely up there. But overall, I think staying here in the summer, has just been such a good part of my experience here at Western. Being able to hang out with all my friends all day, every day, work with my friends, we do a really good job, I think, as a team of getting guys to encourage them to work here and stay here and allow them to be here, give them all the resources they can to be here. I think it really is going to go a long way this year, especially for example, last weekend we had, up close to 50 guys at practice. And I think like that is like one of those things that, people aren't going to want to stay around and be around here if, no one's going to show up.
Yeah. For you, you mentioned the injury. I know it's been a while now, sort of thing. For injury-wise, and we've talked about it before, you said it's done, it's over with, I moved on, sort of thing. You took a big opportunity last summer to, obviously focus on your health, get better from an injury perspective, but also a physical perspective. And you had a huge role last year. How good did you feel last year after having to deal with the toughness of the injury and all those aspects?
Yeah, I mean, getting injured is always hard, especially like when you want to be like a leader on the team. You want to be. I'm a big lead by example guy. I think being out there, running on and off the field is like the little things you can do goes a long way, and a lot of people recognize that. So that was definitely hard, kind of being on the sidelines. But now that it's a year and a half ago, it's a long time ago. I think the body of work that I put in this year is like pretty demonstrative of what that is like, and I think that kind of demonstrates of who I am. And the resources we have here, like Jacob and Noah, they've done a great job this summer. I think that was one thing that really encouraged a lot of guys more to stay, was like having a good program that we can get guys in and out of the weight room all the time. We have 2 sessions a day, and I think they've done a really good job so far.
You're obviously an out of province guy, sort of thing. For some guys coming the long way, we've seen the guys who come from in town, the high schools in town, in the area, sort of thing. But the West Coast contingent, I would say, that has been a fairly consistent element of the Mustangs the last few years. What made you want to come here, and how much was that element of knowing that there's that Western Canadian kind of influx sort of thing?
I mean, Mount Doug, like going to high school there, like we had probably, I think, 5 years in a row, at least one guy came here. I am the farthest part from here that like anybody on the team when you think about it, but I think just wanting to be the best and like coming to get coached by the best is kind of like my mindset going in, and the sacrifices that go along with that are something that like just comes with it. I think moving across the country has definitely allowed me to grow up and mature and, be away from my parents, learn how to do my own laundry, learn how to cook, learn how to take care of myself. And I think that goes a long way outside of football. Not even like football, yes, is great, but I think becoming a better man, becoming a better person is kind of the way that I look at it. And I think it's been positive overall.
Canada Cup, Coach and I were just talking about the fact that that's a big aspect of the summer months sort of thing. You light up a little bit when that phrase comes. What's that thought process when that smile comes along?
I don't know. It's around this time that it was Canada Cup, so I'm getting all these memories from all my buddies and just thinking about how good of a time it was. Like in 2022, we were in Kelowna, beautiful weather, beautiful place, like home province for me. So it wasn't a far travel, but like the times that I made and like the friendships that I made at that were like really important to me. And like all my friends have been texting me recently, and like, it's that time of year where everyone's like, oh, remember this? Like, yeah.
Kind of like a homecoming reunion kind of feel all together sort of thing.
Yeah.
Only for like the top of the top kind of when it comes to football side.
Exactly.
Right?
And there's guys all around the OUA, all around the country that, I'm friends with now because of that. And I think honestly, Canada Cup was one of my favorite things back in the day, because I think it was just such a fun experience. You get to kind of go through that university experience without going through it. You stay in dorms, you eat with your team, you have meetings, you have practice, like you have games, and you kind of go through all those kind of phases in such a short time. And I think that was really kind of a nice introduction to university before I ended up coming after that grade 12 year.
And obviously we're within close proximity to training camp, start of the season, all these kind of things. I know for you mentioned you got all of last year sort of thing. Now you almost go from being the younger guy to the veteran guy. Yeah, how different is that mentality, especially now this year? You're not exactly the hardest person to miss.
Yeah, yeah.
It almost feels like other teams are going, wait a second, we're keying in on the big guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, it's kind of been that way all my life. I feel like, it's hard to miss me, but I think kind of just being able to build this culture for the next group and kind of keep like leading by example and showing them kind of how to do things and how things I think or should be ran, and not like just kind of lead them and kind of go through this transition. And honestly, I think we're going to come out firing. I can't lie. Like, I'm excited. I'm fired up for camp. It's going to be so much fun. But I think just stepping into this leadership role and just kind of being someone that people can ask questions to and kind of be like, oh, like, how was this last year, or what's changed, or how can we improve this to be better next year, kind of thing. Because I think that's kind of what matters. And I'm a big team culture guy. I think, I'm not afraid to call somebody out if they're doing something wrong. And I think, you can't really call me out because I know I'm doing what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing, taking care of my business, right? So...
well, we're excited for thanks for a few minutes of your time. I know you're busy during the summer months, even though people think the football season is like, way over here sort of thing. It's an always all thing. So appreciate your time, and good luck. Good job. Appreciate it.
Thank you.